Hi guys, I'm Roto from TL Dolcepi. So in this episode, I'm gonna go on a hike for 3 days in North Alps. Right. So the target mountains for this hiking is Mount Cho and Mount Yati and Mount Jonen. I'm gonna make a cycle taking 3 days. Right, and here is the starting point. It's the Mitsumata parking lot. Right. From the town of Azumino, it takes about 40 minutes by car. Right. And today it's May 2nd. It's middle of the Golden Week, where there are lots of holidays in Japan. So that's why in the parking lot there are lots of cars and the parking lot is full. So I parked my car in the second parking lot down this hill. Right. So I'm gonna start right now. Now it's 5:30 in the AM. Right. So it's gonna so nice, and I can see the top of the mountain ridge from the parking lot. I'm gonna get there soon. Okay, let's get started. Let's go. Okay, so here is a entry point of the hiking trail. Right. So Mount Jonen and Mount Cho. Yes, the entry point of the hiking trail. Alright, and just beside here there is a beautiful river down there. Yeah, it's so nice. Yes, during the summer I want to jump into the water. Alright, and you should write the application form for the hiking. Right, and then you're gonna write down on the paper and you should put on this box. Alright, so I'm gonna do this. Alright, and after that I'm gonna finally start hiking. This is the first checkpoint of this hiking route. This stump looks like Godzilla. Until the end of May on this hiking route, you will traverse the slope covered with snow like this. I'm seeing the end. Right. So as you can see, yes, Mount Cho. To climb up to the top of the Mount Cho, you have to climb this kind of steep slope, yes, covered with snow like this in the beginning of May. So you need to decent crampon like this. Yes, and usually it takes about between 4 and 5 hours to climb up to the mountain ridge of Mount Cho. All right. Okay, let's continue to the end. All right. So finally, I've arrived at the top of the Mount Cho. Okay, I'm gonna show you. here. Here, the point is the top of the Mount Cho. The height is 2,677 meters high, and from here, yeah, I can see the mountain chain. Yes, and over there, the highest one, the sharp one, is this hiking's main target, Mount Yari. Alright, the fog is coming, and here is wind is a little bit strong, and it's very cold. I think the temperature is -0 degrees Celsius. Alright, so from now I'm gonna going down to the very end, going up to the top of Mount Yari. But today I'm gonna go to a mountain hut in the middle on the way to the top of Mount Yari. Right, so I'm gonna continue. Okay, now it's a nice pace. I'm not behind from the schedule. Okay, so let's continue. And on the mountain ridge of Mount Cho, there is a mountain hut here, and so you can get water and some snacks. Yes, and after paying some money, and you can get water here like this. Yes. So in Japanese outposts, there are a lot of mountain huts, so you don't have to bring all the things, and you can get point by point. Yeah. Okay, I've arrived at the branch of Jonem and Yokuo. So I'm gonna go to this direction. There is a mountain hut called Yokuo Mountain Hut. After arriving at Yokuo Mountain Hut, I'm gonna go up to that direction for the Mount Yari. Okay, so from now I'm gonna go down to this direction. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so I've arrived at a Yokuo Mountain Hut here. Right, so if we go this way, passing through the bridge, you're gonna go to Mount Okuhotaka, but I'm gonna go this way to go to Mount Yari. But before that, now it's around 12:30, so I'm gonna take a lunch, yeah, in this mountain hut. Right, yes, here is like a oasis on the mountain hiking trail. I'm so tired. Now already 6 hours passed. I'm so tired, but still 2 or 3 more hours hiking. Yeah, I'm gonna go up from now. Okay, just to take a break. Yeah. In this mountain lodge, for the lunch, I had a udon noodle like this. In Japanese mountain lodge, mountain hut, you can get decent meals like this. It was so delicious after 6 hours hiking. Now I'm gonna show you the famous beautiful river that is called Azusagawa, Azusa River. Yes, Here we go. Right. This river is going down to Kamikochi. And Kamikochi is a really famous sightseeing spot. There is a beautiful scenery of river and bridge and a pond. And Kamikochi is also an entry point for the North Alps. Yes, like the mountains over there. So many hikers enter in Kamikochi for hiking in North Alps, right? But to come to Kamikochi, you have to get a public bus because there is no way there is a profit from coming to Kamikochi by personal car, right? And here there is a camping ground. So if you want to stay overnight here, you can build your tent like them. Alright. And today is May 2nd. So the May 5th is the boys' day. These kites are shape of carp. Yes, there is a mythology originated from China. When the carp climb up to the waterfall, they can transform into a dragon. Maybe you know the Pokemon, yeah, Magikarp. Yes. Alright. Okay, so yeah, I took a great break, so I'm gonna go up to the mountain. Yes. Yeah, I recovered well. I'll do my best, yeah, for today. Okay, so I'm gonna go to that direction. Okay, let's go. From the Yoko Mountain Hut, yes, the flat trail is going to continue like this. Yes, it's like the break for a moment. It's so easy and comfortable to walk. Yeah, I'm on the way to the camping ground where I'm gonna stay overnight. But before that, I'm passing through this awesome bridge. Yeah, above the river. It's so beautiful. Yeah, this hiking route is really nice. I loved it. Okay, so I've arrived at the mountain hut nearby my today's goal, the camping ground. Yeah, you can get your food and water here as well. Yes, and beside the mountain hut, yeah, there is still the river like that. Yeah, it's so nice. Yeah, I want to come back here in summer. It's really nice. Okay, let's continue 30 or 40 minutes more to today's goal. I've arrived at the camping ground, but it is so cold and I couldn't have enough time to film a video. So now I already built a tent and I already changed my clothes. Right, and I already eaten my dinner. I made a noodle and instant rice. Yeah, I think the temperature is less than -0°C. Alright, and yeah, I'm gonna show you how it looks like on the camping ground tomorrow. But the ground is all covered with snow, so it's so cold, and this place is
in the shadow all the time, so I feel so cold. Yeah, I hope it'll be okay during the night time. Yeah, I'm so scared to feel so cold during night. Okay, today is over, and today to summarize today's schedule, I've arrived at our parking lot that is called Mitsumata hiking trail entrance, and yeah, it was around 5:30, and I've started hiking at 6 a.m. and I arrived at the top of Mount Cho. It was around noon. Yeah, it took about 4 hours, and after that I went down to the berge, and I finally arrived at this camping ground at 3:30, something like that. So almost 10 hours hiking for today. Yeah, yes, and the next day also long day. I have to walk about 10 hours, and I have to go to the top of Mount Yari. Yes, that's gonna be 3,000 meters high. About, yeah, I'm so scared for tomorrow. Anyway, yeah, I'll do my best for tomorrow as well. Okay, see you tomorrow. Hey guys, so this is the second day. Now it's before 6 a.m. It's so cold. Yes, the towel is now so solid. Yeah, it's frozen. And the water bottle is, yeah, I left this one outside, and it's now inside is the ice. Yeah, it's so freezing. Yeah, from now I'm gonna take my breakfast, the rice, and I'm gonna prepare for going out. Yes, I'm gonna show you the camping ground outside here. Okay. Alright, and this is the camping ground where I stay overnight. So, yeah, everyone built a tent on the snow. It was so freezing. Yes. And over there, you can see the berry, the route. So I'm gonna go over there. Yeah, and then finally I'm gonna go to the top of that mountain, passing through the mountain ridge. Okay, so I'm gonna prepare for going out. Okay, so I'm gonna go to this direction for in the hikers. Yeah, that's gonna be steep slope. Yeah, I do my best, but after the steep slope, yeah, I will be on the mountain ridge. Okay, so let's do it. I do my best. Hi guys, yeah, finally I've arrived at near point of Mount Yari. Yeah, can you see dirt triangle peak is Mount Yari, and from here, yeah, today is sunny day, so I can see the Mount Fuji and the South Alps so clearly. It's so beautiful. Yeah, it was hard. Yes, it took already 3 hours and a half from the camping ground. I stayed overnight. Alright, so I'm gonna put my backpack here and go to the top of the Mount Yari. Okay, let's go, let's continue. Okay, so finally I've arrived at the mountain hut of Mount Yari. that is called Yarigatake Sanso. Yes. And from here, yeah, the top of the Mount Yari is so huge, dynamic, and like this. It's a panorama from here. For the lunch of the second day, I had a beef bowl like this. It was so delicious too. When you go to the top of Mount Yari, you have to climb the vertical ladders like this. It's so scary, but after that, you're gonna see the awesome view. Alright. Arrived at the top of Mount Yari. Alright. 3,180 meters high. It's a panorama view. Okay, ready, 3,
When
2,
I went
1,
down
go.
from Mount Yari, I slided down on the steep slope like this. It was fun.
Yeah, now I'm on the way back to Yoko Mountain Hut. But yeah, I'm thinking staying overnight at the camping ground of Yoko Mountain Hut. But before that, yeah, it's the second day. I really want to take a hot bath right now. Yes, but unfortunately there is no hot spring in this mountain. Yes, but as you can hear, yeah, there's a sound of a river. Yes, this hiking trail all the way down to Yoko Mountain Hut, there is such a beautiful river, right? So why not put myself to the river instead of taking a shower or a hot bath? All right, let's do it. Okay, yes, I got ready. Okay, so I'm gonna dive into the water right now. Okay. so freezing, but it's so refreshing. Yeah. Okay, so it was so refreshing. Charge my battery so I can head back to Yoko Mountain Hut. Right, so from here maybe I'm gonna walk for 1.5 to get to Yoko Mountain Hut. Yes, today it's so sunny day as well. Yeah, it's so lucky. Alright, so let's head back to Yoko Mountain Hut. Alright, finally I've come back to Yoko Mountain Hut. Yes, so on the camping ground of Yoko Mountain Hut, yeah, I wanna build my tent like them. Yeah, it's too late.
Hey, good morning. It's a third day. Now 5:30 a.m. Yeah, it's really cold as well, even at this camping ground, whose altitude is almost 1600 meters high. Yeah, right. The socks I left outside of the tent is frozen. Right. So today, yeah, I'm gonna leave here around 7 a.m. and I wanna go back to Mount Cho and go down to the starting point, the parking lot. Right. Yeah, it's freezing, but yeah, I'm gonna go. Right. Okay. Okay, so I got ready, so I'm gonna start the day 3. Yeah, I'm gonna head back to the starting point. Right, today as well, it's a really good day. There's no cloud. Right, now it's 7:30. Many hikers are preparing for start. Yes, there are a lot of hikers down there. So today I'm gonna head back to the top of Mount Cho and going down to the parking lot. That is the starting point. That's gonna be in total 7 hours, and that's gonna be tiring as well, but it's the last day. I will do my best. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, it took almost 3 hours to come here from Yoko Mountain Hut. Yeah, but yeah, today it's so sunny day as well. Yeah, look at the panorama view. Yeah. Yeah. That sharp mountain is Mount Yari. Yesterday, I went to top of the Mount Yari over there. It's so far away. Oh my gosh. Okay, alright. Let's get back to the starting point. Here I came to a top of Mount Choyari. From here, the panorama view is really great, so I want you to see that. Over there, it's really smooth. I can slightly see the Mount Fuji and the South Alps and the Middle Alps, and the mountain is called Mount Ontake, and the mountains are Norikura Mountains, and the mountain is Mount Hotaka, and the one is Mount Yari. I went there yesterday, and going
going through the mountain ridge I was planning to pass through, but I couldn't. I gave up. And that one is Mount Otensho. And going through the mountain ridge, the highest one is Mount Jonen. Right. I was planning to go to this, from Yari, from Mount Yari, this direction I was planning to go through and going down, but I gave up. During summertime I'm gonna try it, and after that a second time I'm gonna try that during winter time on mountain. But overall the view from here is really nice. Especially when the mountains are covered with snow till the end of April. You can see the mountains covered with snow. It's so changed from the mountains during summer, right? Last year, just after snowing, I came to this mountain ridge. Yet the view was so amazing, more beautiful than today, right? So I wanted you to experience that as well. All right. And if you see the opposite direction, you can see the town, the bridge over there. That is Azumino City, Azumino Town. Right.
Guys, finally I've got back to the entrance of the hiking trail. Now it's about 2 p.m. So I started at 8 a.m. So 6 hours. Yes. I'm so exhausted. 2 days, 2 nights, 3 days hiking. Yes. Every day. Everyday course time is 8 hours or 9 hours, something like this. It's so tiring, tough. Yes, but I couldn't pass the route I was planning. Yeah, so I'm gonna try that during the summer. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the parking lot. On the way back to parking lot, there is a wild monkey there. Hey guy. Oh, he's gone. And another one. And another one. Yeah, in mountains in Japan, there are a lot of monkeys. And they have the red face. For the end of this episode, I want to summarize this 3 days hiking. Right. So the first day I started from the parking lot that is called Mitsumata parking lot. This is a free parking lot, so you can reach here by your car. And I started from the parking lot at 6 a.m. Yeah, and I climbed Mount Cho to the top of the mountain and going down to Yoko Mountain Hut, and from there I went to the Babadaira camping ground until the end of the first day, and I stayed overnight at the camping ground, building my own tent. And the second day I went to Mount Yari, to top of the Mount Yari, and I was planning to go through the route that is going to Mount Otensho to make a cycle, but I gave up the mountain ridge route because it looked like difficult, dangerous because of the snow, right? So I decided to
make a round trip from the Mount Yari. So at the end of the second day, I came back to Yoko Mountain Hut and stay overnight there. And finally, the last day, I climbed again and the top of Mount Cho and went down to the parking lot. Right. So it took 3 whole days. Each days, I walked for more than 8 hours, 8 or 9 hours. It was so tough. I got so exhausted. Yes. But fortunately, the weather was really nice. Every day was sunny day in a row. Alright, it was really nice. Okay, so overall, it was really good hiking, and I haven't climbed Mount Yari. That is really popular, the famous among the mountains in Los Alpes. So if you haven't tried, yeah, I think it's worth doing it. Okay, so thank you for watching this episode too. Yeah, in the next episode, I'm gonna go to another off the beaten track in Japan. Yeah, in the nature, I think. All right, so thank you for watching. See you in the next video.